Boker Tov, everyone. Chodesh Tov. We are continuing in Shir HaShirim, and we're up to the second Pasuk. Yishakeni mineshikot piyu, ki tovim dodecha miyayin. So, we said that the dialogue of Shir HaShirim is between Hashem and Bnei Yisrael. Sometimes Bnei Yisrael is speaking, sometimes Hashem is speaking. Here, HaKadosh Baruch, here Bnei Yisrael is speaking to Hashem, and in the story, the love story, Bnei Yisrael is the female and Hashem is the male. And here it's Yishakeni mineshikot pihu. Kiss me from the kisses of your mouth. Ki tovim dodecha, that's in male because it's better your love than wine. So that's the literal translation of what's said over here. And the deeper translation, the meaning here is what we're going to be getting into. The basic meaning is that Bnei Yisrael is saying, we want your closeness back, and the closeness that we have is greater than wine, which represents here any physical pleasure. So our closeness is greater than any physical pleasure. That's what we want. Now, Rashi over here says that we know that there's different places where a person kisses. People kiss on the cheek, people kiss a person's hand. He says people kiss on the shoulders. I think Arabs have this thing, they kiss on the shoulders. But the closest kiss is the mouth. And that is, Bnei Yisrael is saying, we want the closest relationship with you, Hashem. We don't want a kiss on the cheek or a kiss on the hand. We want the closest. He says also, wine here represents not just wine, but all types of physical pleasures. Why is it wine? So he brings different pasukim like Esther, et bet mishteh hayayin, right? Which is talking about come to the feast of wine. It wasn't just wine at the feast. There was everything there, all the meat, everything was there. But it's represented with wine. And he says, Kol seudat oneg v'simcha nikrat Hashem hayayin. Any seudah of oneg and simcha is like the wine is the main thing. Okay, and now we're going to get a little bit deeper that the wine over here and the closest of the kiss is, and that's what Shlomo HaMelech starts off the book with, is that closeness of Matan Torah. That there was a kiss there, you spoke to Moshe Rabbeinu, panim panim, face to face. That was the closest time that we ever got to you, and we want that time back. We want that connection back. The Sefer Rokeach over here says that there's a few connections to Matan Torah, hidden connections to Matan Torah, and he says that number one is Yishakeni, Yishak oti, that's kiss me, Yishakeni, Yishak, and Nun Yud is 50, Yud is 10, it's a total of 60, connecting to the 600,000 Jews men that were at Matan Torah. Mineshikot, Yishakeni mineshikot, is also mem neshikot, like 40 kisses. Mineshikot, it really means from the kisses. Mem neshikot is like the 40 days Moshe Rabbeinu was up in Har Sinai receiving the Torah. The Gaon of Vilna, he has two explanations here. One is al pi nistar and al pi pshat, which is like more of the hidden and then more of a general pshat. His hidden explanation connects, even the pshat one we're going to see is a beautiful pshat, but it's also hidden. But his hidden pshat here, he says that the beginning of Shir HaShirim talks about our connection specifically to the Torah, to Matan Torah, and he says as follows: Shir HaShirim is a song, and a song, yes, you could have a song without words, but a regular song has words. So Shir HaShirim refers to the words in a song. L'reach shemanecha tovim. The reach is a smell. That's the nekudot, the vowels in each. I could have words, but if I don't have the vowels, so that's like the smell, which the smell is secondary to the meat, let's say. So too the vowels are secondary to the letters. Moshcheni is pull me, bring me close. That's one of the next psukim. That's the te'amim, the sounds. You could have words, you could have vowels, but if you don't sing it right, you don't sing it nicely, then it's it's the sound that brings me close. And yishakeni mineshikot piu is a kiss. The closest kiss is if you really pronounce everything very properly. That's the tagin, the dagesh. That's the closest connection. That everything's mamash close and proper. The Gaon of Vilna over here explains a beautiful explanation. He says, "Yishakeni mineshikot piu, kiss me from the kisses of your mouth." So it's a kiss from the kisses. So he says this is one kiss, which is like two kisses. So he says this is the two kisses that Hashem gave us at Matan Torah, which was the first two dibrot that Hashem himself, we heard straight from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Anochi Hashem Lokecha and Lo Yeh Lecha Elokim Acherim. The first two commandments we heard straight from Hashem, and the rest we couldn't handle anymore. Moshe told us from Hashem. So that's why also you see Anochi, the Ten Commandments start with, like Hashem's talking, I am Hashem your God. And then don't have other gods, al panai, on my face. But later on, in the Ten Commandments itself, it says that Kasher tzivecha Hashem lokecha. Moshe is talking. He says, like Hashem commanded you. Keep Shabbat like Hashem commanded you. Or like, keep honor your parents like Hashem commanded you. Hashem's not in the first person anymore. So the first two, so those are the two kisses we received. Anochi and Lo Yeh Lecha. And these two commandments really represent the two parts of the Torah, which is mitzvot aseh, mitzvot lo ta'aseh. I am your God. That's now, okay, what do you want me to do? I'm going to do your will. That's positive commandments. And don't have other gods. Don't believe in anything else. That's negative. That's the don't believe. And he says that's the two kisses over here. He says also, like when a man kisses his wife, maybe this is the depth to the Moroccan kiss. He says that you kiss, one is our connection to one another, and the other kiss is that you don't have a connection with anybody else. That's the same thing. Hashem says, I'm your God, and that you don't have any connection to any other gods. Maybe that's the depth to the two kisses of the Moroccan kiss. Okay, so he says also is that when you say Anochi, says the Midrash that when Hashem said Anochi Hashem Lokecha, the Torah was like open put into our hearts, so to speak, and don't have any other gods. That was the Yetzer Hara was away from us at that moment. So again, these two concepts. Now, we know that there is these two, and then says the Gaon of Vilna that these two are like the heading of the rest of the Torah, because these are the mitzvot aseh, mitzvot lo ta'aseh, and then the rest of the Torah falls into these categories of Anochi and Lo Yeh Lecha. And what is the rest of the categories are Ein Panim La Torah. There's 70 faces to the Torah, so to speak, 70 ways I could learn, 70 angles, and that is Yishakeni Nishon Piu Ki Tovim Dodecha Miyayin, that your love is better than wine. The numerical value of yayin is 70. Yud is 10, Yud is 10, Nun is 50. So these two kisses are greater than even the rest of the Torah. I mean, this is the start of the Torah. This is greater than that. Also, we know there's 70 nations. So, meaning our connection is so strong. You've given us such a strong connection, greater than all the other nations. Greater than all the other nations. And that's what we want to connect to. In addition, here we're saying, Yishakeni minishikot pihu. Kiss me for the kisses of pihu is his mouth. I should have said piv or picha. So pihu, his mouth. So the Gemara explains that's piha is her mouth. Piv is his mouth. That's a connection of his mouth and her mouth. That's Bnei Yisrael and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But the extra letters here is Hey and Vav. The Hey and the Vav, Pihu. The Hey and the Vav connects to the two parts of the Torah, the main parts, which is Torah Shebichtav, Torah Sheba'al Peh. Pihu, Hey and Vav is 5 and 6. 5 is the 5 books of the Torah. 6 is the Shisha Sidrei Mishnah, the 6 main volumes of the Shas, of the Mishnayot, of the Gemara. So that is the start and the opening. So much over here that is in depth in every single word in the Shir HaShirim. So also Pihu, Hey and Vav, 5 and 6 is total 11. And there's a Gemara that says that David HaMelech categorized all the 613 mitzvot into 11 categories. And Midan al Yud Aleph, and this is not a coincidence. And there's a Gemara which 11 are like the foundations, Emunah, etc. And this connects again to the concept over here of Pihu. So basically, now putting this sod into the pasuk, the Gaon of Vilna explains that we want that strongest connection, like Har Sinai, when you gave us those two mitzvot, which are the foundation mitzvot, and you've given us the opportunity to be greater than all the other nations, and you've given us the opportunity to connect to Torah Shebichtav, Torah Sheba'al Peh, and to all the foundations of the Torah, and that's a secret as to why specific wine over here. Wine is a numerical value of 70, which is over the other nations, or over the other 70 parts of the Torah, the highest connection we want back with you. So this is the depth of the second pasuk of the Torah, which Shlomo HaMelech starts off that the love and the strongest love connection between Bnei Yisrael and Hashem is through the Torah HaKadosh. Baruch Adonai Le'olam, Amen ve'Amen. Rabbi Yechon ben Zakkai Omer, Atzah HaKadosh Baruch Hu L'Zakot, Yisafir Chesed B'Adam Tonos Shneimar, Adonai Hafetz Man Tzidko Yadil Torah ve'Yadir. Chazak u'Baruch everyone. Chazak u'Baruch for sticking around.